I spoke the other day about parental neglect. Many women have been abandoned in their old ages by their children because their children discovered that they are witches or evil, or discovered what the women did to their father when they were young. You know, and many men have been abandoned today because the children realized that the man didn't play his role well as a father. So this person said kids never forget when they are no longer needed. When they no longer needed you financially, that is when they will show you. Exactly. Basically, when you think your children are small and they don't have any memory, any child above 2 years can remember things. All those arguments, um, all those domestic violence, they are seeing it and they can know, they can remember. You may think they're not going to use that memory one day. Wait till they're financially okay, around their 20s, 30s. They no longer need you and your money or your direction. They understand life enough to move on their own. That's when you see how they cut off from you. Your kids, as a woman, your kids must never witness you arguing with your husband. Do you understand? Even simple argument that doesn't involve shouting or violence, avoid it. Always make sure that you guys are moving in unison. Sometimes kids can be tricky. They can go to you now as a mother and ask you for something. Mom, can I go and play with my friends? You say no. They will sneak out and go and ask the father, Dad, can I go and play with my friends? If dad is smart, first question the dad will ask the child is, have you asked your mother? If the child says yes, you might ask the child, what did your mother say? If the mother said no, the man will echo the thought of the woman. Say no. If the mother said no, go back. Do you understand? So this issue of husband moving one direction, wife moving one, the children are observing it. And that thing is traumatizing them. As a man, your children must never see you hit your wife at all. You should never even hit your wife in the first place. Not to talk of your children seeing you. Even to push the woman, make she come off the road, make you just come out, or you slam the door out of anger. They should never see that. The reason is that just doing it once. What you'll be hearing in 20, 30 years time is my father was very abusive. He used to beat my mother every day. And it may be just one incident where you were just angry and you just push the woman. You'll be hearing my father was very, very abusive. I grew up in a domestic violence. You don't know the kind of social media that will be available in 20 years time. They'll be using you to do content. In this TikTok and Instagram, some people will put nice background music and expose their family problems. Carry their mother and put on the internet, put her picture and start telling evil stories about the mother or father. All right. So there are things that your children must never see you doing. Even simple argument in a vehicle, which direction to go. Sometimes you as a man, you're carrying your family, or as a woman, you're carrying your husband, and you guys are moving in a certain direction. The husband says, let's take this road. You say, no, let's take that. If the children are in the vehicle, don't drag that argument on. Because what you'll be hearing later, 20, 30 years time, when you now need them, now you are done with your service, you have retired, you now need them. Even if you don't need them financially, you need them emotionally to be traveling to their houses and staying with them. You'll be hearing that my mother is a very bitter woman. She nags all the time. This is what she did to my father. Do you get what I'm saying? And that story might simply filter into your in-laws, your daughter-in-law, your son-in-law. So let's say you have a daughter now that believes you are bad, and that daughter marries. That daughter will tell that story to the young man that she married. When you visit them, that young man will be giving you border or lines that you should not cross. He'll be looking at you a certain way. You get what I'm saying? If you try to carry the new child that they give birth to, their eyes will be on you as if within seconds they want to collect the child from you. That relationship will not be there because of what his wife has told him about you. And he must always trust his wife over you. Even that many men are suffering today, some men just die out of neglect. It's not that the sickness that they are suffering is bad enough to take their life, but nobody's taking care of them. There was one man I know when we were growing up, the man had stroke. Every morning, the children would just leave the house and go. After they did it for some time, hunger is what killed the man because he could not move in the house. He could not take care of himself. He could not clean himself up because he had stroke. And the man was not really that old, like 60, 70. These days, people die around that age. People think 70 years is old age. 70 years is not old age. At 70, you still have at least clean 20 to 30 years to live, physically fit. That's a topic for another day, though. Just click on my page. Make sure you follow me with this plus sign. All right, click here to share because many people need to hear this, especially new couples. Go to my page. You see my health. What do you call it? My health playlist. Go there and watch on health. So be careful what your children witness. They don't forget. Also, when you're doing good things, make sure they witness it too. I've told the story about how, as a man, you should occasionally take your child to your office. Let them walk around the whole building, office by office. Before you take them, a day before, you do a brief explanation of all the offices and the organogram, how it works and how you produce the products, how you sell, your own position there. You need to explain everything. Even the salary structures. You don't tell them your salary, though, depending on the family, but you need to let them know this guy earns more than this guy because of this. This one earns like that. So the next day when you're taking them on that mini excursion to your office, you can now be relating what you told them before. You can say, this office, remember the accountant's office I told you, right? Miss Faith. Look at her now. Look at the accountant. Greet her. She'll greet. These children don't forget all those things. Do you understand? So tomorrow, if they are wondering why you did not spend money on them to pay them, to buy things for them, all right, they can relate that where you're working is actually difficult. There was a video about in a Chinese school where they took video of the parents working in the office. Then they now showed the video to the children in class. Many of them were crying because they never knew that their father was working that hard to even put food on their table. So that's a summary of the thing. Look at my hair. As you can see, my hair, I've regrown my hair using this. This is what I used to look like. You see? This is what I used to look like. See my hair? Can you compare? So there's a lot of progress already, and this is 4 months of using this oil I created at home. If you want to get the recipes of this oil, the oils and ingredients used to create this oil have scientific evidence that it has worked on thousands of people. And when you get my recipe, I have a document I will send to you too. That document contains a list of the scientific research that proves that these things actually work. And as you can see, my hair is coming back. So if you're having hair loss, stop carrying your bald head around anyhow like I used to. You can actually fix it. All right, it's fixable. So inbox me, send me a message in my inbox. I'll send you my WhatsApp number. We'll chat. It's not free, so don't come and look for free. But this will actually change your life. Imagine having your hair back.